Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I'm going to break down the content flywheel strategy, which is essentially a new content strategy that is, I guess, being coined by Iman Gadzhi, but I don't know entirely if it's a brand new thing. However, this new strategy is a different approach to how you can do your content and how you can actually create content that will constantly pay you on autopilot even when you're not uploading videos every single day. So yeah, like I said, Iman has coined this term, and if you're aware, back in the day he had this one offer for his agency coaching program, which was called Sales Navigator, where he made a long form VSL, which is essentially a 45-minute video breaking down the different business models out there and explaining why the agency model is the best one to go for, especially if you're a beginner. And that video was a YouTube video that was actually disguised as a VSL, and at the end of the video he plugged his program, which directed all the traffic to his funnel, and then he eventually converted a ton of people, right? And so what he did from there is every other video that he made was all going to be pointed back to that one VSL. So essentially what it did is it just kept feeding more and more views into his VSL, pushing more people through his funnel, and all he had to do was just upload extra videos here and there and continue to do that. And the other thing that he did, which was really smart, was he was rehashing YouTube video thumbnails, which is a really powerful tool on YouTube specifically. This doesn't really work on other platforms, but I will break down how you can do this on other platforms in just a second. But essentially, when you rehash your YouTube videos by changing the thumbnails and the titles, the algorithm will re-push it out to test if that thumbnail has a good CTR, like a click-through rate, and from there you're able to get more and more views from older videos without ever having to make a new video, which is what he did, and it ended up paying him over 250K, I think, in AdSense, and generated him over $20 million in sales just from doing this alone. So the old way that most people would be getting leads to their business through Instagram or other social media platforms was essentially just uploading content either on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, all different forms, all different platforms, sorry, and having lead magnets for every single video. Sometimes they were the same lead magnet, other times they were just different ones, but they would all point to this like one main funnel. But the issue with that is that you're on this constant hamster wheel of trying to upload content every single day and trying to push people down your funnel in order to get sales, right? So here, just like one of the email sequences that we have set up, but essentially you push people through the funnel and then you hope to get the sale, right? But the issue with this is you're always going to have to constantly upload videos in order to get people through. And one of the other downfalls to that is obviously you have a limitation of just a certain amount of volume that you can put out. You also have to rely on these videos performing relatively well in order to get these opt-ins to your lead magnet. And I think we can probably all agree that it's much easier to get somebody to watch another video of yours after making a good video, rather than having people go through another website and give you their details and how to sign up and do all that kind of stuff, right? This VSL that he was using was working really well, and he pushed people through this funnel onto a landing page, which booked a call and then got him sales, right? So this is the old way of how people do things. It's not very efficient, especially if you're a person who's really busy and are running a business and don't have the time to constantly be on the hamster wheel of making content. And the new way, which I kind of highlighted before, which is essentially directing all your traffic to one pinned post or one flywheel video. So in this context, in the context of Instagram, you could use this with a pinned post. So you can only pin up to 3 posts, but essentially you make one of the pinned posts a short form VSL that is like a really banging video that has proven to get you lots of leads. And then essentially from there, you start plugging every single other video and directing the traffic there. So you can change your CTAs to, instead of like comment a specific keyword, to just now start driving people to this one pinned post by highlighting it, saying like, if you want to learn more, check out my pinned post. That works really well, and it doubles as a VSL, like I said, and it pushes people through your funnel and gets straight to sales, right? And the cool thing about that is essentially every time you start driving traffic to that video, it will start to pick up in the algorithm again because more people are watching it, and hence the algorithm thinks that the video is doing good and will push it out to even more people. So just by doing this alone, you have a never-ending cycle of people entering this VSL of yours and essentially coming through out on the other side as clients of yours. Now, I will say that this strategy works better for people who are uploading to YouTube and doing longer form content, but it still can be done on other platforms. And as you can see here on the analytics of like a video that's done this, is you can see at multiple points it picks up again in the algorithm because more and more traffic is going to it. And essentially what's happening is all this new traffic that is being like pushed from the end of the video in the form of like a recommended or the first link in the description forces a bunch of additional viewers to the video, and then the algorithm just kind of takes charge and works on your favor, which is much more beneficial than trying to fight the algorithm and be on a constant hamster wheel. This isn't to say that the old method of creating just individual lead magnets for your videos doesn't work, because it absolutely still work, especially if you're good at making content. You will still be able to drive a ton of traffic to your funnel, but the reason why this works so much better is because you're able to keep your account relevant in the algorithm and have views constantly flowing to one video, which by extension, if people watch this one video, it'll push your other videos, which all relate back to this one video. Essentially squeezes people through your funnel to your landing pages where you can start making crazy sales. So this was just a quick video breaking down how the flywheel content system works, but essentially what you need to do is start pushing traffic to your VSL on the platform and not to an external link yet, as in your VSL will do that for you at a later stage, but you can start leveraging the additional views on your videos to have the algo work in your favor. So like I said before, by pushing people to another one of your videos, you have extra retention on your account, which gets the algorithm loving your content, and you will start getting leads and views on autopilot without having to constantly upload every single day and creating lead magnets out of nowhere. And this will ultimately allow you to stop testing random lead magnets 24/7 and instead just leverage the power of one video that works really well and has been proven to convert. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe, and comment down below if you want to see me make any other videos discussing other topics revolving around content strategies and how to generate leads and make sales online with a content-based strategy. And yeah, once again, I will see you guys in the next one.